These are sad times for the pony rides, and even sadder for the children and the parents of Los Angeles. Griffith Park Pony Rides began in Griffith Park at our same location in 1948, 74 years ago, and it has been in continuous operation with only 4 owners. I'm the last owner. I've owned it just the last 6 years. But in those 74 years, Griffith Park Pony Rides had literally 10 million Los Angeles children have their first equine experience with our pony. And I can see from people in this room that that first experience led to much more after that, that's for sure. More than 200,000 tickets are sold each year to ride in the pony rides. We're second only in volume probably to the zoo and the observatory in Griffith Park. But we're an iconic Griffith Park institution. We are 70% patronized by low-income families. This is important. There's nowhere else where you can ride a pony for just $5. Hundreds of people attend our birthday parties that we have almost every weekend. We're a recreational asset to the city, serving minority children and their parents. Now this underserved population will never get to experience the values taught by being around ponies and other farm animals. Looking at an underprivileged child's eyes and seeing their joy in riding a pony is what makes my day, and believe me, it makes my employees' days too, that are out there with these children every day. For 5 years, I ran the pony rides with no complaints. The city was happy with the way I ran the operation, and our relationship was excellent. I was told that I was a model concessionaire, in fact, one of the best in the city. When I took over running the pony rides, it was deteriorating and it needed significant infrastructure improvements. I invested heavily with my own money to make these improvements. What the city asked for, I gave. I even eliminated a mule-pulled wagon rides because I thought it was unsafe in crowded areas for our children and our public to be near. I added birthday party pavilions and even mechanical barrel rides. We were and are a model for pony rides around the nation. In late September 2021, a few extreme animal activists decided to protest at the pony rides. This was a core group of really just basically 10 or 12 people. They started these protests because they said the ponies looked sad. The ponies were not smiling. The ponies were not sitting down for breaks. They knew nothing about equine, they had no equine knowledge. They were aggressive in their protesting, and even though they were a small group, they had a very large presence. Other animal rights organizations even stopped by the pony rides, not understanding what this was all about. They said to me, and I took them even for a tour of the facility, that our ponies looked well fed and happy and safe, and the ponies seemed fine. They did not agree to join and use their activist name to associate with the groups that were protesting us. They had a more balanced approach. Well, the protesting just escalated and became unlawful, falling into harassing our children and our parents. Many arrests of the protesters were made at the pony rides, including the organizers of these events. One protester was arrested at least 8 times. They used bullhorns and police sirens. The protesters used bullhorns and police sirens, coming to within inches of our ponies' heads with children on their back. They waved large signs in the faces of our ponies. These protesters were screaming obscenities at our employees, the children, and the parents. And I know many of you have seen the horrible YouTube videos that have surfaced that people took of these obscenities. It was clearly a very unsafe situation. You've probably seen videos posted online on this, but the park rangers and LAPD became a very common sight at our family venue. I even received death threats, which were recorded. A police report was taken by the park rangers, and it was also reported to LAPD. Obviously, I reached out for help from Recreation and Parks. We were on the phone several times every week trying to solve these problems. I literally begged for their help in solving the problems. Every weekend was more of the same. Finally, after almost a year, an ordinance was passed for animal and customer safety to keep the protesters at a specific distance so they couldn't get right up in the face of our animals. But this is not much of a deterrent. These protesters continue to tell lies as, we don't give water to our ponies, we don't feed our ponies, we work them in high temperatures. We don't work them high, we have cutoff temperatures.